Hello, good morning. This is Robert Radford with 50 Years of Chess. I hope everyone's well, and as I am. So I brought you another game, and we're going to have a look at it now. It was played in 2010, October 2010, and it was a Bristol League match, and my opponent was David Woodcock from Downend. David's played for them a long time. He's been a very good, faithful member, and we played a couple of games together, and this was the first of the two in that season. He's white, and he began with e4. So I'm playing black, and I've got a Sicilian set up. It looks like he's going for, or it looked like he was going for, could be still going for a Grand Prix attack. But no, he's not. He's shut. He's closed it. He's got like a closed system he's playing here. So I pinned the knight. He attacked me. Took the knight. He took. And knight into c4, threatening knight. Takes c2 check, picking up the rook. He went back to c7. Now, when I took the bishop, the knight with the bishop, some people say about swapping knights for bishops and bishops for knights, but that knight is a very important piece to king's knight in the opening. In that situation, not only does it guard the king's side, but it controls a lot of squares like e5, d4, and those are squares where a lot of activity can take place in the Sicilian. So I like to take in that sort of situation. So I've come out queen b6. This is a nuisance to him because he can't play bishop e3 or d2 because you drop the b pawn. So he needs to do something about that, which he does. He's played b3, and I'm going to fianchetto my king side now with that knight loose on c3, unprotected at the moment. And he's going to protect it with his bishop, and then I play my bishop on that diagonal. It's known as a dragon bishop. g4, e6, bishop, g2, and he's now finished out both his bishops, and his setup is okay. He's got a lot of space, nothing doing in regards to threats at this time. I have a lovely knight on d4, and now I've moved my other knight to d7. This releases the bishop on that diagonal, bearing down on the a1 diagonal from the h8. He castled. Well, he's pushed all his pawns up in front of his king. This is often not regarded as a wise thing to do, but should I chuck h5 or something like that, then I get immediate attack. So I'm wondering whether he would have been better to castle the other way, long. But he chose to do that, and I castled as well. I'm not concerned about the pawns. He'll weaken himself by pushing them, especially if he opens at the dark squares. So he's gone king h1 first of all. I brought my other rook across to e8. I could have played rook f to e8, but the thing is, I don't intend doing anything on the queen side in this game. I'm going to concentrate on this king side. If I need to, I can always revert. So a4, and now I brought my knight back to c6. This is again a problem. If David tried to play knight b5, for instance, hitting that loose pawn on d6, I've got bishop takes bishop on b2. So he's protecting it with his rook, which shows me what he's trying to do, I think. Now Stockfish recommended I play bishop d4. I could do that. I could have done that, but at this time I preferred the move I played, which was a6, just to stop that knight b5. So he's gone back knight d2, and he's offering the queen a bishop swap. Instead I played knight f6. I'm trying to, 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 get him to play g5, then his e and f pawn have less power in trying to attack. Let's play bishop into f3. Seems okay. I've gone back queen d7, g5. I have to say, considering his rating, which was quite a bit lower than mine in this game, he's not played a bad game. He's taken it to me. He's giving me a run for my money. So knight back to d7 after g5. Bishop takes, king takes on g7. And now he's going for queen h4, which I saw coming. I knew he was going to do this. I'd planned it before, what I would do as well. He's got a check on h6, but nothing else. So at this time, though, whether he might try queen check, king the corner, and then follow that with f5 and go if he can. And if he could get his knight into f4, he might have something going, but after e5, he wouldn't be able to do it. So then, instead I played what I considered was a nice move, h5. Now, this is a good way, I find, in shutting down an attack. He played pawn takes, leaving his queen on temporarily while he checks me. But all I do is just go behind it, and I can hide behind that pawn, and it's like having a pawn of my own, so it's not a problem. So he avoided this queen swap and gone queen g4, and I played king takes pawn. I can take it now that he's gone off of there, and I can go back to king g7 if he checks me. And we've now got half open file. He's got very weak h pawn, and the game is turned from this very moment. We were evens or slightly better to him, only slightly, but because he did what he did in trying to be forceful in this game, he's now got a minus in this position, minus 0.2, which isn't very much, but it gets worse, I'll show you. Rook f2, rook h8. Now this is it, I'm beginning my attack down this h file. He's gone in behind the pawn, quite wise, and now I'm attacking his queen. Now he should come back, like Stockfish is showing there, to g3 or to g2, but he checked me instead, which just helped me, because it sent my king back to g7, and he's lost important tempo there. He's now helped me. I don't think that was a good move at all. And now the Stockfish, he's now 0.5 down, and it is all the onus is with me. Everything is with me to take this to him now. Okay, he played h4, and I've gone in knight h5 to block that out, and to offer a queen swap again. If he takes a knight, I just rotate with the rook. So anyway, this time he swaps with his queen. So it's like he's got no faith in his attack and felt to swap off. And he didn't want a queen and a rook bearing down on that h pawn, but could he not have just gone queen to g4 maybe? I don't know. But anyway, he swapped, and I retook the rook. Then he took the knight off as well, which is strange because after rook takes bishop, I can double my rooks on that isolated pawn, and he has two moves to defend it. He can either go king g2 and king g3, or he can go knight back to g8 and then to f6 perhaps. But the route he took was strange. He played a rook across to g1. Now this is where you find the difference in the strength of the players when they're playing each other, is in crucial positions where you have to find the best possible move, and you don't find it, and the other player starts to turn the table on you, and he's starting to play well. You you have to find those moves, otherwise you're in trouble. And now he's going to lose that pawn because he's trying to protect it with rook g4. But if he would have just took time to think, what's he going to do after f5? Pawn takes, he's got to move it away, and he drops a pawn. Again, he didn't prepare at all for having this isolated pawn weakness. So I did exactly that. f5, pawn takes, and he's got to move his rook away. And then I take the pawn. So now the Stockfish gives me a minus 3.7 advantage in this position, which is winning. It's winning. It's a winning position. And I took King G1. Some people look at this and say, well, it's even, more or less. It's only a pawn in it, but it's more than that. Especially after he played this terrible weakening move in a moment. Now I brought my knight into this d4 square up there. Look at this. Look what it's doing. It's attacking the c2 pawn. It's hitting the e2 and f3 squares, all near and around his king, which could bring checks and things. So he checked me first for what it's worth. I just went back king s7. There's nothing there for him. He's defending his pawn. That's all he's doing on f4. But this is where it goes wrong. I'm only 1.6 now, so his position improved slightly, I guess, with that knight in the middle. He's using it offensively and to defend as well, so maybe not so bad. But then he did this, c4. What error was he doing? He didn't need to do this. The rook was protecting the pawn, and now he's created a terrible weakness on d3. He can't defend it because if he plays rook to d2, I've got knight f6 check and I win the rook on d2. So sadly he had to resign at this time because he's already one pawn down. He'll be 2 pawns down, and then his c pawn is also likely to be lost very soon, or his f pawn. So swap off with knights would probably be attempted as well. So he decided to resign. He did the best he could, considering he is a lower rated player than me, so I don't want to be too critical of him. He did everything he thought was possible in this game, and he played well to start with. In maybe first 20 moves he was certainly level with me. It was only when we got to about move 20, 21 onwards that the game went away from him. With a little bit more care and attention, David could improve that part of his game and become a better player. So thank you that you've seen this game. I hope it's been instructional to those that are not that strong players themselves. In finishing, I'd just like to call out a big thanks to the new subscribers that I've received recently to 50 Years of Chess. Larry Cook, hello Larry. Idmar7674, hi mate, how are you? There's Hot Wheel Stunt Guy, CP Murat, Macon Prake, or Proke, sorry, Macon Proke, and Donald Bum. So well done guys, thanks for coming aboard and following these 50 Years of Chess. I really hope you guys get something from this. I don't know what your playing strengths are, but if you're any of you are like not really good players, but you like to play and all the rest of it, then maybe this will help you a lot. I hope so. So I'll have some more stuff for you soon. Okay. Cheers now. Bye.